Om, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, thanking you for joining today. We wanted to seek the blessing of Radha Madhav, Radha Shamsundar, Krishna Balaram Bal Gopal, Singhadev Bhagavan, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Gaunitai Tulsimani Haridas Thakur, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So, these two chapters, 39-40, hopefully we'll cover today, are the final chapters of when Krishna was in Braj. Of course, he never leaves Braj, but externally he apparently left Braj. So 40 chapters in total of his time in Braj in Srimad Bhagavad Puran. Akru's vision is the name of 39th chapter. This chapter describes how Akru informed Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram of Kamsa's plan and his activities in Mathura. What the gopis cried out in distress when Krishna left for Mathura, and also the vision of Lord Vishnu's abode that Akru saw within the water of the Yamuna. So, Krishna asked Akrur how Kams was treating his family, what his plans were. He also asked Akrur why he had come to Braj. Of course, Krishna knows all of this, but he still makes the inquiry. After the evening meal, Krishna asked Akrur how Kams was treating. How Kams was treating their dear relatives and friends, and what the king was planning to do. Was your trip, a cruise trip here, comfortable? Are our well-wishing friends and our relatives, both close and distant, happy and in good health? But why am I asking? Just see how much suffering I have caused. My offenseless parents, because of me, their sons were killed, and they themselves imprisoned. So Krishna, he is actually the kindest. He reciprocates. He understands. Because of him, some people were put into difficulty. Please tell us why you have come. Akrura answers. In response to the Supreme Lord's request, Akrura, the descendant of Madhu, described the whole situation, including King Kamsa's enmity towards the Yadus and his attempt to murder Vasudeva. Vasudeva is Krishna's father. Akrura relayed the message he had been sent to deliver. He also described Kamsa's real intentions. Krishna Balaram laughed when they heard Akrura's words. The Lord then informed their father, Nanda Maharaj, of King Kamsa's order. Nanda Maharaj then issued orders to the cowherd men by having the village constable make the following announcement throughout Nanda's domain of Braj. Go collect all the available milk products, bring valuable gifts, yoke your wagons. Tomorrow we shall go to Mathura, present our milk products to the king, and see a very great festival. The residents of all the outlying districts are also going. So this was what was relayed by Akrur to Krishna. There's going to be a big festival, and Kamsa has invited you and the Brijbasis. So Nanda Maharaj, he's getting everybody together. When the young gopis heard that Akrur had come to Braj to take Krishna and Balaram to the city, they became extremely distressed. This distress was overpowering. Some girls felt so pained that their faces turned pale from their heavy breathing. Others were so anguished that their dresses, bracelets, and braids became loose. Other gopis entirely stopped their sensory activities and became fixed in meditation on Krishna. Still other young women fainted simply by remembering the words of Lord Krishna. The gopis were frightened at the prospect of even the briefest separation from Lord Mukund. Remembering his graceful gait, his pastimes, his affectionate, smiling glances, his heroic deeds, and his joking words, they gathered in groups and spoke to one another, their faces covered with tears and their minds fully absorbed in Achyuta.
Prabhuji,
Yes, yes. Anyway.
just before I forget,
Yeah.
now Akrura didn't tell them why he's taking them away. So what isn't it? He didn't tell them the real reason. He said there's a festival. But so why did the Gopi's reaction was so extreme?
They wouldn't even tolerate him going to the forest for the day. They were struggling. Now he was going to go to Mathura. And they were thinking, Mathura, there in Mathura, there's so much opulence. Krishna may not come back. They were frightened that if he goes to Mathura, he will be so attracted to the ladies there, he'll never come back.
Okay, okay.
Part of it. And Akrur gave the inner reason why Kamsa wanted it to Krishna and Balaram, but that was not revealed to Nanda Maharaj. That was not revealed to Nanda Maharaj,
Mm.
uh, and that's why Nanda Maharaj was carefree about organizing the visit to Mathura. But of course, inside Nanda Maharaj would also have known that Kams is not a nice person. So. But yeah, yes, good question, Nanivan. Yeah, they
Thank
were
you.
very, very. This was probably the one event that the gopis went through, which completely devastated their existence. Seeing him leave on this chariot, especially this scene here, it is very poignant as to what happened. And this led to them believing that Krishna has left Vrindavan, although he never leaves Vrindavan. But this particular scene is what has caused them to feel he's gone. Even though he's right in front of them, they wouldn't believe it. No, he's gone because he's on the chariot. Akrura has taken him. So it was such a devastating scene. They wouldn't believe that Krishna actually hasn't gone. And it's a little hard for us to completely comprehend this. But all we can understand is this scene is so devastating for for the gopis. They never got over this particular scene when he leaves like this. And if you see the gopis, they're just surrounding the chariot. No, you can't go. It's really very pitiful such a scene. This one. Akru informed Krishna and Balaram about Kamsa's activities and that he had invited them, together with all the cowherd men, to Mathura for Dhanur Yagya. When the gopis heard that Akru had come to take Krishna and Balaram away to Mathura, they became overwhelmed with anxiety. We can never quite fully understand what this means, overwhelmed with anxiety. But that anxiety was so overwhelming, it completely destroyed their every sense of understanding of what was happening. It was so devastating. The gopi said, "Oh, Providence, you're so cruel. You bring together friends and senselessly separate them before their desires are fulfilled. You show us Mukund's face, then make him invisible to us. Although you have come to us as a crew, you are most cruel, for you are taking away our eyes. We have given up everything to Krishna, but now he does not even look our way. Hmm. All the Mathura ladies will now enjoy his association. Once he has fallen under the spell of the honey sweet words of the women of Mathura and been enchanted by their alluring shy smiles, how will he ever return to us unsophisticated village girls? So this was one of the big issues. The Mathura ladies are sophisticated. We are so unsophisticated. Although Krishna had mounted his chariot, no one is stopping him. So let us now stop him ourselves. How can our family elders and other relatives do this to us? How can we exist without Krishna, who captivated us with his flute, the Ras dance? He's returning from the forest in the evening. After speaking these words, the ladies of Braj, who were so attached to Krishna, felt very agitated. They forgot all shame and loudly cried out, "Oh Govinda, oh Damodar, oh Madhav." So these verses, there's a special name, Viraha Gita. It's the um, song of separation. They're feeling great, great separation. In spite of Krishna's asking the gopis not to obstruct their way, they all surrounded the chariot, stood up to see Krishna with pitiable eyes. Krishna was very much affected upon seeing the plight of the gopis, but his duty was to start from Mathura. So you can see here the gopis, they're just surrounding his chariot. No, I'm not going to let you go. Why are you going? And then he says, even as the gopis cried out, Akrur began to drive the chariot with the cowherd men following behind. Krishna pacified the gopis with his glances and then sent a messenger who said, I will return. But he often says things when he doesn't fulfill those things. Gopis stood motionless until they could no longer see the dust raised by the chariot wheels. Full of sorrow, they began to spend their days and nights chanting about the pastimes of their beloved Krishna, without hope that Govinda would ever return to them. So this is 11 years, 6 months, and 5 days. That's how old Krishna was when this happened. The gopis then began to condemn the activities of Akrura as he was taking Krishna. But out of love, they said Krishna is also not so intelligent. As he's already seated himself on the chariot, they petitioned the elders to stop Krishna or demigods to send natural disturbances to stop him. Krishna told them he will come back soon. The gopis could not be persuaded to disperse. The chariot, however, began to head west. And as it proceeded, the minds of the gopis followed it as far as possible. They watched the flag on the chariot as long as it was visible. Finally, they could see only the dust of the chariot in the distance. The gopis did not move from their places, but stood until the chariot could not be seen at all. They remained standing still as if they were painted pictures. Being greatly disturbed by the absence of Krishna, they simply thought all day and night about his pastimes, and thus derived some consolation. So this mood of serving in separation is what would have increased their bhakti for Krishna to unlimited levels. While traveling in the chariot, Lord Krishna, Balram, and a crew reached the river Kalindi, Yamuna. After Lord Krishna had touched her for purification, he drank some from his hand. Then he had the chariot moved near a grove of trees and climbed back on, along with Balaram. After taking permission, Akrura went to take his bath. As Akrura recited mantras, he saw Krishna and Balaram were in the water with him. Akrura thought, how can the two sons of Anaka Dundubi, who are seated in the chariot, be standing here in the water? They must have left the chariot. But when he came out of the water, there they were on the chariot, just as before, asking himself, was this vision I had of them in the water an illusion? Akrur re-entered the pool. In the water, he saw Anantashesh being worshipped by demigods and demons. Then he saw the Supreme Lord lying peacefully on the lap of Ananta. Akrur saw the following features of the Lord. So this is a nice description of Ananta. He had thousands of heads, thousands of hoods, thousands of helmets. His blue garment and fair complexion as white as the filaments of a lotus stem. He was lying peacefully on the lap of Lord Anantashesh. The complexion of that supreme person was a dark blue cloud. He wore yellow garments and had 4 arms and reddish lotus petaled eyes. His face looked attractive and cheerful with its smile, endearing glance and lovely eyebrows. His raised nose and finely formed ears, and beautiful cheeks and reddish lips. The Lord's broad shoulders and expansive chest were beautiful. His arms long and stout. His neck resembled a conch shell. His navel was deep, and his abdomen bore lines like those on a banyan leaf. He had large loins and hips, thighs like elephant trunks, and shapely knees. His raised ankles reflected the brilliant effulgence emanating from his toes, adorned with a helmet, bracelets, and armlets, a belt, sacred thread, necklaces, ankle bells, and earrings. He held a lotus flower in the other hands, a conch, disc, and club. So this is Mahavishnu. Gracing his chest was the Shivatsa mark, this Kastuba gem, and a flower garland. So this is an idea. What Akrur, the vision he had. This time, he saw Balaram turn into a Sheshnag. So this is Balaram. And Krishna turn into Mahavishnu. He saw the four-handed Lord smiling very beautifully. He saw not only Balaram and Krishna there, but many of the demigods and all the Siddhas, Channaras, and the Gandharvas. They were all bowing down before the Lord. Akrur bowed his head before the Lord with folded hands. He began to offer prayers to the Lord. So this is quite a scene. And this is the chariot where Krishna and Balaram are already seated. Encircling the Lord and worshipping him were Nandan, Sunanda, Sanaka, and others, Kumaras, Brahma, Rudra, and the other chief demigods, Prahlad and Narad as well. Each of these great personalities was worshipping the Lord by chanting sanctified prayers, words of praise, in his own unique mood. So we can't imitate the prayers by these great devotees. We have our own style. They have their own style. And this is what Krishna likes. He likes us to express himself. He likes us to express ourselves with our hearts, not becoming copycats of others. But we can get an idea of how to pray from the others. Also in attendance were the Lord's principal internal potencies and pleasure potency, Shakti. As the great devotee Akrur beheld all this, he became extremely pleased. Oh, could you just take this? I don't know. I think it's a school or something. What should I say to them? Oops.
Hello.
Okay, sorry. His intense ecstasy, he became extremely pleased and felt enthused with transcendental devotion. His intense ecstasy caused his bodily hair to stand on end and tears to flow from his eyes, drenching his entire body. Akrur bowed his head to the ground. Then he joined his palms in supplication, and in a voice choked with emotion, very slowly and attentively began to pray. So this is quite an intense time. This chapter is one of the most intense in the whole Bhagavatam, 39th chapter, because the gopis are really intensely affected by Krishna leaving. And then Akrur having this incredible vision of the Lord with all these great devotees surrounding the Lord. So the 40th chapter, Prayers of Akrur. This chapter describes how the gopis, tormented through the night by separation from Krishna, wandered like mad women from forest to forest in search of him. All people worship Krishna. Akrur prayed, I bow down to you, the original Supreme Person from whose navel Brahma appeared. All the elements, sense objects, demigods are born from your transcendental body. Since you are beyond the modes of nature, even Lord Brahma, who is bound up in these modes, does not know your true identity. Pure yogis worship you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you. Sorry, Dif- different people worship you in different ways. Right. So the Brahmins, they worship you by chanting mantras from the three Vedas, performing elaborate fire sacrifices for the various demigods. The philosophers, they worship you in pursuit of spiritual knowledge. Others whose intelligence is pure, following the injunctions of Vaishnava scriptures, worship you as the one supreme Lord, manifesting in multiple forms. And that is where we are. We're worshipping one God who has many different forms. Still others who worship you, the Supreme Lord, in the form of Lord Shiva, they follow the path described by him and interpreted in various ways by many teachers. Generally, this path is impersonal, generally speaking. Mayavad philosophy, Shankaracharya's philosophy, that they believe that you can merge with God. God has no form. All these people are actually worshipping you alone, O embodiment of all demigods. Your material nature entangle all conditioned living beings, from Brahma down to the non-moving creatures. I offer my obeisances to you, the supreme soul of all beings, who witnesses everyone's consciousness with unbiased vision. Fire is said to be your face, the earth your feet, the sun your eyes, the sky your navel. The passage of the day and night is the blinking of your eyes, and all the worlds originate in you. To perform your pastimes, you appear in various incarnations which cleanse away all the happiness, all unhappiness of your devotees. I offer my obeisances. To you, Lord Matsya, who swam about in the ocean of dissolution. To Hayagriva, the killer of Madhu and Kaitaba. To the immense tortoise, Lord Kurma, who supported Mandara mountain. To the boar incarnation, Lord Varaha, who enjoyed lifting the earth. To you, the amazing lion Singhadev, who remove your saintly devotees' fears. To the dwarf Vaman, who stepped over the three worlds. To you, Lord of the Brigus, who cut down the forest of the conceited royal order. To Lord Ram, the best of the Raghu dynasty, who put an end to the demon Ravan. To you, Lord of the Vatsas, to your form of Vasudev, Sankarsan, Pradyumna, and Anirudh, to your form as a faultless Lord Buddha, who bewildered the Daityas, and to Lord Kalki, the annihilator of the meat-eaters, posing as kings. O Lord, Supreme Lord, the living entities in this world are bewildered by your illusionary energy, becoming involved in false concepts of I and mine. They are forced to wander along the paths of fruitive work. O Lord, I too am deluded, thinking my body, family, and money to be real, though they are actually as unreal as a dream, thus mistaking sources of happiness. I have tried to enjoy material dualities, not recognizing you as the real object of my love, and so I have turned away from you. My intelligence is so crippled that I cannot find the strength to curb my mind, which thus is constantly being dragged here and there by my senses. These are phenomenal prayers. We can relate to these prayers because we are very much impacted in this way. Thus I am approaching you for shelter, although the impure can never attain your feet. I think it is nevertheless possible by your mercy. I wish to develop consciousness of you by serving your devotees. O Lord of the mind and senses, I surrender to you. Please protect me. So these prayers are definitely worth trying to remember again and again, because this is our position. And Akrur, he's making this petition to the Lord, which we can also do the same. Very powerful, powerful prayer. Powerful prayer. Okay, it's the end of Krishna's Braj's pastimes. Yeah, so that's up to chapter 40. Any questions, any comments, please?
Yes, Prabhuji, when I
Yes.
had somebody's lecture
Mm.
recently, when it said the Krishna says, I will come,
Mm.
he says, that was where the Krishna, when this Lila was there, it was in the Dwapar Yuga, isn't it? The
Yes.
Krishna did come in the Kali Yuga, the form
Ah,
of Chaitanya
yes.
Mahaprabhu. So
Yes.
he said, I will come, but he didn't say when he will come. So that was it. But he was telling the truth, that I will come.
Interesting.
I,
Yeah.
I, I found that quite fascinating. I never heard that before.
He does say somewhere that I will come back soon, but what does soon mean in
Yes, soon means, yeah.
relativity of time? What does soon mean? Interesting point. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think did he come back or he never came back.
No, he came. He came. He came when they pulled the Rath cart from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. He did come.
Oh yes, yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you remember? Yeah, all right.
He
Yeah,
actually never left. This is a very difficult point to understand, Prabhupada.
yeah,
Actually, Krishna never left Vrindavan.
never left. Yeah, you did say this before
Yes,
also.
yes, yes. And
Yeah,
it's a little hard for us to completely comprehend that, you know.
yes,
Uh,
it's a nice chapter today. Very nice.
it is, it is. Thank you. Very, very amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Chapter 39 is perhaps the most intensive chapter in the whole of Srimad Bhagavad Puran. Very, very, of 10th canto. Very,
Yeah.
very intense.
Can I ask something else?
Yes, sure, sure.
As soon as he goes in Mathura,
Hmm.
is the Leela start away straight away about killing Kans?
We will see that in the next few chapters. No, not straight away. He does other things first. He sees Kubja. He liberates Kubja, the what's it, hunchback lady.
Oh
He
yes, yes, yes.
and
Yeah.
he deals with the laundry man.
Yeah. What about the parents?
Yes, after he kills comes, he liberates the parents.
All right. So he doesn't see his parents before.
No, after.
Okay.
After.
After. That'll be really interesting when we come to that part.
Yes, it'll be next week, definitely.
Okay. Oh
Thank you.
yeah, next week is the Navratri starting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
But anyway, I'm not going to miss it because Navratri we go, but we'll go in the evening.
Evening. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So daytime I will join.
Yes, yes, yes,
Because this is like from 4 to 5, so it's fine.
yes.
Our Navratri is like only 2 hours in the evening in
Okay.
Woolwich Temple, just 7:30 to 10:30. That's it, because they are telling in the because it's late night. It's they want the people to go home early. Like they don't want to make noise because it's a
Ah,
resident. It's
yeah.
a resident area.
True, 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 true.
Only they say that we'll play late on, I think, Saturday and Friday. That's it.
Got it.
Other days go early.
Yeah, makes sense. All
Hare
right.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we can stop there. Shrimad Bhagavad Puran ki jai, Braj Leela ki jai, Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai.